So the Springboks team is out, and it's intimidating and it's innovative with the 7-1 split. Of course, they invented the 6-2 split, which other teams have kind of experimented with, but they've invented another one, the 7-1 split. Fascinating team. Let's get into it. Kitsoff Malherbe, the starting props. They're going to want to make a statement against this Irish scrum. The Scottish did pretty well against them. Bonga Mbonambi is the starting hooker, of course. Malcolm Marx is injured and out of the World Cup. Such a shame, but they've actually used that opportunity to bring in Andre Pollard, who's not in this game. He'll probably feature in the next one, but that's good news for them in the 10 stakes just to back up Libbok a bit more, and they think they've got enough cover in the hooker department. Of course, Dean Faree was going to be the third choice hooker. Now he's second choice. I haven't seen him play a lot. You guys tell me he's very, very good. Oxenche and Trevor Unyinkane, they are the impact players coming off the bench, especially in the scrum. They're going to be so destructive. And you guys also say that Marco van Staden can play hooker and is very good. So flexible, these South African players. Of course, the 4 scrum halves as well. So many teams talk about flexibility. South Africa actually do it. In the second row, great news. Eben Etzebeth is back. Brilliant. He's their obviously best second row, their best starting second row, very experienced, although you could argue that maybe RG Snyman is one of the best second rows as well, and he's only good enough to go on the bench. Indeed, they actually reserve him to come on and make a massive impact. He's good enough to start. Mostert looks better in the second row than the back row. He does start, and Jean Klein's on the bench as well. A really, really strong second row. So 4 second rows there. Crazy, intimidating. So much power to bring off the bench if they need it. The flankers, their best flankers obviously, playing themselves into fitness. Obviously, Khaleesi after his knee injury is looking good. He's the captain and the open side. Peter Steph-Totoy the blind side. Just all round one of the best forwards in the world. And Jasper Wiese has indeed won that battle for starting number 8 over Dwayne Vermeulen, who isn't even in the 23, which is a big blow for him because they're taking 7 forwards on the bench, but Wiese that bit quicker, maybe a bit more explosive. Faf de Klerk, the starting 9, I think he was always going to be. Also a bit of a backup 10, but now Pollard is in. Maybe he won't need to be playing 10 very much, or at all even. Reinach, the sole back on the bench. He'll be covering 9 mainly. We'll go into the permutations in a minute. Libbok, more time, more caps, more experience at 10. He's getting better and better. Colby and Orenza are the wingers, and they are their first choice wingers now. 2 smaller but incredibly quick wingers. So dangerous. There's a lot of pace in this team. Damon Diolande and Jesse Creel expected to start in the centres. Maybe Creel covers wing as well. Maybe Reinach covers wing actually as well. Damian Willemse, he beats Willy Leroux to the fullback slot. It was looking that way, and they're evolving this team. They're not staying still. Sure, it's the core of that team that won in 2019, but it is better. It is evolved. That's what's exciting. Willemse, of course, can play 10. He can play centre, so he's probably covering Libbok at 10. Then the rest of the bench, we mentioned Klein, mentioned Snyman. Marco van Staden is probably covering back row. Quagga Smith, he looks like the utility man. Maybe he'll be used in the centres. Maybe he will come in the back row. Maybe he'll come on in the centre and Creel go to wing or something like that. He's the versatile man if they need him. If they don't need him, they probably won't use him in the backs, and they might not even use every single forward. That would be interesting. Anyway, let me know what you think of that team. It's really interesting. It's really strong. They are up for the challenge of Ireland. I can't wait for this game. As a neutral, I'm kind of excited without the nerves. Let me know if you're nervous, Springbok fans, or you're just confident. And then last, let's talk about the French team to face Namibia. And poor old Namibia, they've had a rough time of it already, and it could get rougher because this is the first choice French team with a returning Jonathan Dante from injury. So absolutely brilliant for them. He is by far their best 12. Quite a big step up from the alternative. So let's look at the team, and Cyril Bailly, he returns from injury, so more good news for them. He's their first choice loose head. Malvaca, their second choice hooker, but absolutely amazing. Really rate Malvaca. Antonio, the big guy there at tight head, and Woki and Flamand, the 2 athletic second rows. Cross, Olivon, Gelange, rounding it out. Aldrit, I don't think is available through injury, but apart from that, that is their very close to their first choice pack. Obviously, Marchand would come in to hooker, probably. Dupont's the captain, the miracle worker at 9, of course, and Jalabert has picked up that mantle of Roman Intermac so well. Dante, Fiku, their best centre partnership, Pinot, their best wing, Ramos, their best 15 and their kicker, and then Biel Barry, he is going to be kind of the experimental player there on the wing, probably won't be a starter in the actual full-strength team. And then the bench as you see it, Jaminet, Moefana, Culot, he is the replacement 9, Tari Fifanua, the replacement second row, Buden Hunt, the replacement back row, and then Bugari, Wardy and Aldagiri, the front row. So it is crazy strong. I expect another massive win against Namibia, really. They are really flexing their muscles, trying to get ready for that quarter-final stage. So let me know what you think of the South African team and the French team. Pop those comments below. If you haven't subscribed, please do come along for the journey. That would be amazing. And I'll catch you next time.